The following podcast contains alcohol-enhanced conversations about alcohol, as well as the potential for the discussion about topics of dubious, disturbing, possibly offensive, but usually hilarious interest. The opinions stated herein are solely of the persons making them, and any endorsement of these opinions by any other party is not implied. Foul language is likely, but intolerant viewpoints are not. Listener intoxication is advised. Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Whiskey Tangent Podcast. I'm Scott.
I'm Ed.
And tonight we have the second part of our inadvertent end-of-year trilogy of episodes in which we almost completely ignore whiskey. In the episode prior to this, episode 33, we tasted whiskey barrel-aged wines with the ladies. Shelby with a C.
Hi.
Hey. Drea with a D.
Hi.
All right. And Nari with an R-E.
Hi.
In episode after this, episode 35, we'll make and taste some holiday-themed cocktails with a pair of different ladies. Sue the Whiskey Pixie.
Hello.
And the Mayor of Jackie's Crossing, among other titles, Siobhan.
Hi.
But in this episode, we're hanging out with the boys. Hey there, fellas.
Heyo. Hey now.
And returning to the original whiskey barrel-aged alcoholic beverage, beer.
Beer. Oh yeah. Beer. So happy. Beer.
We previously tried some of these last year on episode 18 with our friends Christian and Jay, during which Ed broke all the glasses.
This is my favorite so far, this beer here. Anyone just see Ed smash the beer bottle into yet another glass? Did you hear that? I saw it with my eyes. And
I tried to ignore.
Why does Ed hate the glassware?
But this time, we're not only having new brews, we have new bros. One of them, thank you. One of them
Actually is a bro.
Yeah. One is a brother, and one is an actual certified beer expert.
Ooh. That's true. That's a thing. That's actually a thing, everybody.
That's what we're calling you.
Yeah. All right. So listen, if you can be a certified personal trainer at the gym, we can make up our stuff too.
Right.
I think I'm going to get a sash.
Right.
Oh my God, that would be so dope.
So Ed's going to get tomorrow's hangover started by telling us the 8 unique styles of barrel-aged beer that we'll be tasting, as well as who will be enjoying them with us tonight.
Right. First of all, our guest tonight, my son, Michael, Jock Mike McNeil, who was previously on the cognac finished whiskey episode with the Crown Royal XO and the Lambay.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Hey.
Welcome back.
Hey, Hunkle.
And then we have Callum, co-owner of the local eatery and pub, and a beer expert and a whiskey connoisseur in his own right.
What's happening?
Hey, Callum. Welcome to the Whiskey Tangent Podcast.
Appreciate you guys having me.
And while he is very much American, he does originally hail from the mother country, England.
Oi, oi.
Hey.
Right,
Hello.
mate.
Hello. How you doing?
Bloody mate.
8 nods as good as a wink to a blind bat.
Right.
Hello.
Oh, free beer, free good, isn't it?
In it.
Two
Snickers and a flicker.
mate.
Now, speaking of the beer tonight, we have 8, as Scott alluded to, and I'll just tell you what they are and the ABV for all of them, because that's all we care about. And we're going to try them lowest alcohol volume to the highest,
Right.
because that's how you do it if you want to have fun.
Right.
So the first one we're going to have is the Dragon's Milk White Bourbon Barrel Aged American Stout, 6%.
Mm-hmm.
Innis and Gunn, the original, Scotch Barrel Aged Golden Ale, 6.6. Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged Strong Ale. That's all it says. Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged Strong Ale.
That's the name of it.
That's
Kentucky Bourbon Barrel.
Right. We were looking for Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged beer and just sitting on the shelf like, yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Exactly what you want.
Hey, guys. Hey.
I'm perfect.
And then,
Take me.
8.2. And then the most interesting name of the night, probably Some people are immune to good advice. Maple bourbon barrel aged American Imperial Stout, 10.7%. The next beer we'll be enjoying at this point in a very good mood, I imagine, is the Old Rasputin bourbon barrel aged Russian Imperial Stout, 11.3% ABV. Then there's the KBS, different than the KBG that Callum was telling us before, which is a after dinner drink, which we'll
maybe we'll talk about later.
Maybe we will. If not, you guys can Google it. KBS. We're not going to do all the work for you guys.
Yeah, do something. Random Belligerents. Lazy Listener Edition. Except you, Steve, sending us the whiskey. Thanks.
KBS highly acclaimed Espresso American Imperial Stout, 12%. And there's a great name also, but it would have been the best name if there wasn't the other one. Call Me Old Fashioned Brewer's Reserve, Barrel Aged Imperial Red Ale, which is supposed to be like their take on an old fashioned in a beer. Very excited.
Very excited about that one.
And that's 12%. And then the last one, Jack's Abbey Icemaker Lager Wine, Bourbon Barrel Aged Eisbock, 13%.
13%.
Wowzer.
And whoever's still awake at that point will give their opinion on that. And so, I mean, I think this is more than we had last year.
It's more than we had last year.
We've already greased the pipes, just so you know.
Yep.
As we tend to do on these non-whiskey episodes, we always have whiskey. And since we're doing beer aged in bourbon barrels,
Tell them what we had, Pops.
we got Jameson Stout Edition, the cask made, if you will. So we have whiskey finished in craft beer barrels. In this case, Jameson finished in stout barrels.
Yeah, the opposite.
So we've been sipping on that.
So we're going to start with, usually what we do is we do a little bit of history on whatever we're doing. However, we already did episode 18 that we did last year. So I'm just going to drop that little piece right in here as a little flashback. While Ed's looking to replace Jay's glass, why don't we
Family legacy.
Why don't we go through a little bit of the barrel-aged beer history? It's pretty short, actually. As Christian mentioned, it started in 1992, but wooden barrels have played an important role in the beer brewing industry for centuries. Beer was fermented in wood, aged in wood, shipped in wood, and served from wood. But after its initial use, wooden beer barrels ceased to provide much of anything to the product contained in it, except maybe bacterial infections because of the low levels of alcohol. Also, wood is porous and difficult to clean, so beer shipped in wood has to be consumed quickly or preserved with either the heavy use of hops, exceedingly high alcohol content, or both. So when metal kegs, fermenters, and storage tanks came along, wood was quickly abandoned. More recently, however, as the American craft beer industry blossomed, some brewers began looking into using barrels again, only this time it was whiskey barrels, the intent being to derive flavors left over from the previous use. And because by law barrels can be used to make bourbon only once, they were readily available and relatively inexpensive. However, whiskey barrels aren't great for holding carbonated liquid, so after finishing, they need to be recarbonated after emptying and then are usually blended back in with the same unbarreled beer before sale. The very first bourbon barrel-aged beer was developed in 1992 at Goose Island Brewery in Chicago. They choose only barrels that have held whiskey for an average of 8 years, and they use them to age their beer for between 8 and 24 months in non-climate-controlled space, allowing the extreme heat and cold of Chicago's climate to contract and expand the wood, pulling in and pushing out the barrel whiskey's character into the brew.
You did say contract and expand the wood.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right. Expand the wood.
I'm actually more of a contractual guy, but...
Oh, you're a contract the wood guy?
Yes.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry for your wife.
There you go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cut
Wow.
the fat, straight to the fun.
That was
yeah.
amazing.
Straight to the fun.
Scott's amazing.
Yeah, isn't it a great history? This is
It
so fucking informative.
Yo, I was like, damn.
So,
I thought I knew, but now I know.
So we're going to do the Dragon Milk White Stout.
well, to give it a proper British pub feel, which is always important, I'm going to have Callum read the first one for us.
First round.
So we got a little bit of the dragon's milk over here, little white bourbon barrel aged American stout in it. It's going to be very tasty, fellas, and I'm looking forward to this one.
6%.
Damn it.
It's
Nice.
It's practically spring water to us at 6% ABV.
Yeah, it's
And that's in our pint glasses, right?
It is. So
All right.
the brewer is New Holland Brewing in Michigan. It is an American stout, despite its light color. That's why they call it a white stout. It's aged in bourbon barrels. It's available year-round. Its ABV, as we said, is 6%. Its beer advocate score is 86. The description they have is a full-flavored white stout with strong notes of vanilla, cocoa, coffee roast, and oak from its time in bourbon barrels. Drinkers can
Wow.
expect a
That is
smooth
quite quite lovely.
velvety mouthfeel that complements the flavor profile. A lighter stout drinking experience. It pours with a hazy golden hue into a pint glass for legendary enjoyment.
Me and Callum were drinking during the talk. We're bad. We're like, we misbehaved.
No, it's fine. There's no rules. We're
Well,
drinking beer
I have
now.
to tell you, this might be like on my summer playlist for beers. Because I don't drink beer like I used to because I'm such a big bourbon head. But this is delicious. It's light.
Yeah.
And I definitely get the vanilla in there. I can taste it.
What I appreciate is the smokiness.
Oh.
I really taste that. Like you said, in the summertime pops with some ribs,
Barbecue.
or some barbecue, some, you know what I'm saying, some burgers.
Sure.
The smokiness, I feel like it would complement well with this.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah, I could definitely see
it'll
that.
sit right on the palate. So it's like, oh,
I tasted
man.
like a little baking spices, like maybe a little bit of like cinnamon or
clove, maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit of that on the back end. Definitely.
This is very good. I
Yeah,
really
I
like this a lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is a very crushable white stout.
Definitely is.
And how often do you ever say about a stout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crushable.
Right. No, you don't.
Never.
Yeah.
that
I
really.
mean, it's got a good mouthfeel. It's got like a creamy foaminess to it, like a stout should have.
Yeah.
And
yet it
light.
looks like a wheat beer.
No, it does.
That's what it looks like. It's
It's
very
funny.
It's very hazy and golden.
It even has a little note to that, like a little. There is
Sure.
a little citrus, maybe.
Sure.
I was going to say that when upon smell, I smell the citrus, but I don't taste it.
No, just hints.
Someone's cutting an orange in the next room.
Right. Like,
wafting the zest
Yeah,
over.
that's
and as you drink, you can smell it, but don't taste it.
Right.
So it's like, wow,
Sure.
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
What a tremendous beer to start off on.
Yeah.
Really.
Well done, fellas.
Well done, fellas.
Dot. Cha.
The next one.
Cha. Sorry. Go ahead.
No,
ahead.
please.
Oh.
Continue.
Cha.
Please continue.
Sounds like I'm saying Charles. Like it's the Queen saying Charles. 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 Charles, how
that.
dare you marry that hussy?
Are you sure you're not English, Scott?
Right.
Well, my name is Scott.
Right.
He actually is a Scottish lord.
I am a Scottish lord.
Yo, you got that online, right?
Yeah, Ed gave me that for my birthday.
Yes.
That's right. I made him a Scottish lord. I
Yeah.
want that power.
See,
My
my
liege.
pops got power.
Actually, I didn't make it. It was in the name of Queen Elizabeth II.
Yes, I have a 1 foot by 1 foot plot somewhere in Scotland.
To the Queen, everybody.
To the Queen!
The Queen.
The Queen.
Queen!
I appreciate that shout out because she's definitely listening.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Queen.
We love you, Queen.
The Queen is a big advocate for
We've
whiskey
talked a few
champions.
times about how she loves her drink.
we
she
have-
drinks at every meal.
Oh, she enjoys it.
She pours in some tea, right? That's what she does.
No, she actually has like cocktails and like actual straight whiskeys.
Get it in.
She's got a slow gin one she does that's kind of made for her special. She
Yeah.
does champagne. She does wine. She has a martini. She has 4 drinks a day.
Yeah.
As she should.
All right,
As she
Queen.
should.
Second round.
So the next one we got is a little bit Innis and fucking Gunn, the original Scotch barrel aged golden ale.
Nice.
Gonna be lovely.
Lovely. The brewer is Innis and Gunn, as he said. Is a golden ale, as he also said. Barreled in Scotch barrels, as he also said.
Okay.
I apologize for repeating all of this.
The color is unbelievable. It's way darker than the last one.
It's got a similar nose to what the
It's
first was.
6% ABV.
6.6.
It looks like almost like reconstituted apple juice.
And this one, the Beer Advocate score was 2 points less than the one we had previous. So this one's an 84. Our unique Scotch barrel aging process unlocks flavors like vanilla and toffee, which combine with the malty character of our golden ale to create an incredible taste experience.
You know,
Verb.
it's certainly, I have some enjoyable flavors, but there's an aftertaste that I don't care for.
Yeah, it's like a drying, almost bitter aftertaste.
Very bitter aftertaste.
Let me give it a shot.
It tastes a bit like a cider, but it's not sweet.
Yo, you know what's
It's
funny?
dry like
I
a
smell
cider.
apple.
Yeah.
I smell hints of apple.
No, you probably could, yeah.
Oh yeah, man. It does give me a cider feel, which I don't care for because I'm not a cider fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fruit beer fan.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Well, fruit's made to be eaten, right?
Right.
Not to
I'll
be
eat my fruit.
put in
Come
your
on
beer.
with it.
Right.
Do you like,
Right.
Michael knows what's good.
do you like the Blue Moon? Do you like when they give you like an orange in it? Or-
Well, I do like when you slice that little orange, you put it on the side of my
All right.
glass,
All
you know.
right.
All right,
But then you
because
eat that orange, don't you?
Yeah,
see?
I don't drink it. I eat it.
One time I was in Mexico and I always thought like the lime and the Corona thing was just like American bullshit, how we ruin everything, you know? I really did. And so I'm in like a pub in, I can't remember if it was Pueblo or Veracruz, but
My dad travels, everyone.
so I'm a traveling man.
He does things.
So We ordered a Dos Equis.
Okay.
Like, as you will when you're in Mexico. They brought the glass out with the bottle, cut a lemon in half. They squeezed half a lemon into my glass, and then they poured the full beer on top.
okay.
And that's how they served it to me.
It was
so
banging.
I was it was delicious, but I was like, holy shit, like this is a real thing.
That was lemon, though?
It was a lemon, yeah.
Okay.
So that was the difference.
It's
Glass.
like a shandy.
Right, yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly, right.
Yeah. So what do you think of this? Do you like it better or worse than the
I don't
first
like
one?
it as
Worse.
much.
I prefer
Yeah.
the first. Yeah, I definitely prefer the
And
dragon.
I'm
Yeah, me too, me
Yeah,
too.
okay, if I ordered this and I got it, I wouldn't be upset.
But I wouldn't order it again.
No. Right.
So it's the fruity notes, I think, the cider taste that I think we were
Right,
tasting.
yeah.
Yeah, a little drier, a little
It's very
fruitier.
accurate. It actually almost even looks like a cider.
It does,
It's
and
that
I- it
light
really
appley
does.
color.
I believe that there's a segment of the beer drinking population that,
Oh,
that
sure.
would love this.
Yep.
They're just not in this room with us.
Yeah,
I think
not
it's-
at all.
I think it's a good beer and it's a well brewed beer.
Right,
It's just
so-
not necessarily a beer
Yes.
Yeah.
that holds up.
It gives me a wine cooler feel.
Oh, yeah.
I can see
A
that.
little bit.
No, and
Yeah.
I'm not with it.
With the texture and the
Yeah.
dryness in the throat, yeah. So, Callum, give us just real quick, tell us how you become a certified beer expert. What's the process to do that? Like, what is that like?
You drink a lot of beer.
Right.
I'm sure.
In different countries, too, right? You can't just drink in one country, right? You
No,
have
of
to-
course not.
You have to
You've
drink
got to
in
be a
both.
traveling man.
Exactly.
You've got to
Like, hey.
experience the world.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to know these things.
Does
That's
malt
what-
liquor join that group of beer you drink?
Oh, it's in there.
Oh man.
Oh, it's going to be
right.
there. Maybe not as much as it used to be consumed.
Mike, you couldn't find any malt liquor that finished in bourbon barrels? to
Nah, I tried.
There wasn't Colt 45 and
That
Knob Creek Pyro.
Yeah, high West Old English.
I think they're missing out. I think
The High West Old English.
I mean that's a new segment, right?
I was
Right.
looking for it.
Malt
I was looking
liquors.
for it.
Malt liquor finished in bourbon barrels. I like
Ah,
it.
Yep.
Somebody call Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, right.
Tom, come
Right.
back, Billy Dean. We need you.
Third round.
The beer we're going to try now is my favorite for its basic assness. Kentucky Bourbon Barrel.
Aged strong ale, about 8.2%.
All right.
All righty.
All right.
Yeah, a little collab with me and Callum on that one.
How'd you like that one?
The brewer is Alltech Lexington Brewing in Kentucky.
Wow.
It is an American strong ale, as he said, aged in bourbon barrels. It is available year round. It is 8.2%, and its ABV score is 84, the same as the Innis and Gunn.
All right, so this is interesting. Same as the
before
Innocent
this.
Gun.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's in Kentucky with the bourbon. It makes sense. I feel like that's what we would do. The four of us are hanging out in Kentucky and we like beer. Literally barrels everywhere.
Makes
you
sense.
can't swing a dead cat without hitting an empty bourbon barrel in Kentucky.
That's
That'd be
true.
Awesome.
Perfect place to do this. Award-winning Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale's unique sipping beer with the distinctive nose of a well-crafted bourbon.
It
got
has
a
very
sweet
the
nose.
color is very traditional, and I will say this: the 8.2. We were all fair saying that when you get to 8.2, you're now stepped up to a different level. Like it's now like two beers in one.
They say that their Kentucky Ale is aged for up to 6 weeks in freshly decanted bourbon barrels from some of Kentucky's finest distilleries. Subtle yet familiar flavors of vanilla and oak are imparted to the special ale as it rests in the charred barrels, thick and rich, with sweet vanilla and caramel aftertaste, all while getting the special zing of bourbon throughout.
Vanilla's very heavy.
Yes, it is.
For-
Yeah.
It's there.
It is very, very light for an 8% beer.
Yeah.
Very
is-
deceptive.
It is
Yes.
very deceptive. Like
Yeah.
this would definitely sneak up on you. And I give them credit. It's better than number 2 for sure. I'm not sure I like it better than 1 yet.
Yeah, I would say that I might prefer the Dragon's Milk over this.
They definitely have more of a traditional structure of a beer.
Yeah.
I mean, the 2 extra % of ABV isn't quite enough to shockingly change it from the 6%, but
There's a little bit of spiciness on the aftertaste, but the vanilla and caramel is so
Prevalent.
strong.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I would say
it's really good. I like this.
I think it's very well balanced, like the Dragon's Milk was.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Dragon's Milk might have had a little bit more of a mouthfeel to it, a little bit
Okay.
more depth, whereas this sits possibly a little bit thinner than what the first one was, which is extremely surprising considering that this is 8.2%.
Yeah.
that's an interesting
And
that you
usually
would say that.
correlate ABVs to kind of more
You
viscosity
should, yeah,
or something.
but yeah, I think you're right. This is at least the same as
Yes.
the 6.
Yeah, it might
be
finish-
a little lighter.
It might finish a little firmer, but it certainly is a lot lighter on the initial mouthfeel.
You're right,
I
Ed.
completely agree.
It does finish a
But
little.
there's a little
firmer,
bit
yeah.
more at the end there that you get the extra alcohol.
that bite.
Just
Well,
like
bourbon.
just like bourbon does too.
Yeah.
Bourbon also
Yeah,
does that. Like
that's
a
true.
100 proof will hit you a little harder on the way out than an 80.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think?
Well,
You're still
honestly-
sipping this.
I think I'm getting my sip one. I'm saying it's just a sweeter aftertaste. You know,
Yeah.
it's coming out sweeter.
Definitely.
I feel like the Dragon's Milk definitely has more edge.
Okay.
Now this more of a summertime beer for me. honestly.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, so the first beer had a golden sort of wheat color.
Yes.
The second one had sort of a cidery apple
Yeah, it was
juice
like-
color.
yeah.
This is like a dark amber.
Amber,
It's
yeah.
beautiful, actually.
This is a Yingling traditional beer. Like to me, it looks like a regular beer that you expect beer to look like. Like
Yeah.
when you close your eyes and think of
Yeah, think
a regular beer, not a stout, just a beer.
Oh yeah, I'm telling
Mike,
you.
You
Well,
like it? Oh, Mike's
yeah.
liking it.
No, that burp that just happened. It just
Mike.
everything kicked in.
Well,
Everything was like woo.
burping and beer is just that's part of the process. But Mike, do you have any cool like any beer story like when you were drinking beer when something interesting happened?
Okay, let's see. I'm engaged now, so I'll withhold from those stories. We'll keep those tucked away.
Yeah, and she does listen to the podcast.
Yes, she does.
She was one of the ladies. It's Nari, everyone. Nari,
Nari.
the lady. She's taken.
Nari's
Sorry.
my lady. Boulder, Colorado. This was some years back. Well, it was an actual Boulder beer. It was I don't know if you know.
they have a
Yeah, I think it was the actual Boulder. It was one of the biggest clubs in the city, party night. We happened to get dropped off there, but they had bikes there. So we decided to just drink, right? We had unlimited Boulder because we were on tour, and it was a Alizé tour at the time. And then, so because of that, they just gave us unlimited Boulder beer. Let me tell you something. That ride home on those bikes, not knowing where we were, and I don't know if you've ever been to Boulder, but it's a bike city as well. So there's lanes all through the city. There's underground trails, cuts through the city. It's awesome. And we out there, and I don't know if it was legal or not, but we had beers in our hands. We had them in our pockets. It was one of those things. They was like, here, just take them. They was just getting rid of it in our pockets. So we stumbled on this homeless guy, right? But it was so different in Colorado. He turns the sign around, right? I don't want your money. I just want your weed. And then he took his sign, turned it around, crossed off weed, and wrote beer. We loved it, yo. So we gave him like pretty much all our beer. We was already crunked up.
So, Mike, a Boulder Beer Company
Yeah.
in Boulder, Colorado.
Yes.
They have a Mojo IPA,
Oh.
hazed hoppy session ale,
I think I had the hazed one, yo.
the shake cock, shake.
Whoa, what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shake cock.
Shake your cock.
Shake
what?
cock.
Shake your cock like
Chicago.
like Louis C.K. Shake chocolate porter
Oh, yeah.
and
I like that.
Buffalo Gold.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Buffalo Gold. Buffalo Gold.
The Boulder Beer Company, feel free to send any samples to the Whiskey Tangent Podcast at whiskeytangent@gmail.com.
Thank
We
you. Thank
here
you very
drink
much.
beer as well.
Fourth round.
So I believe this one is from Evil Twin Brewing. We got a little bit of some people are immune to good advice. Maple bourbon barrel aged American fucking Imperial stout, mate.
Right.
Damn.
Is it even fair for Americans to have Imperial Stout? I feel like it's just say American Stout.
So Imperial means it's over 10%, right? Isn't that what Imperial means?
Yeah, it
I would
is.
assume so.
Callum. Oh, Callum.
Wah, wah, wah.
Evil Twin is the brewer, as Callum said. It is American Imperial Stout, as Ed said.
10.7% ABV.
10.7, 95 from Beer Advocate.
Wow.
So it's an intense Imperial oatmeal stout.
Oh, my.
Brewed with a healthy amount of bourbon barrel aged maple syrup. So they put syrup in it while they're brewing it. And then they age it in the bourbon barrels that had aged the maple syrup.
So they aged the maple in bourbon barrels.
Yes.
Added that maple to the beer.
Yes.
Then put the beer back in that barrel.
Yes.
I like it.
That's fucking amazing. Chocolate covered maple
I
candies.
smelled chocolate all
Rich-
day.
It smells like molasses.
Rich, creamy dark chocolate, smooth vanilla, a hint of dark fruits, and dark coffee wash over the palate, lingering with oak, finishing with traditional bourbon flavors and
Wow.
more maple syrup.
I'm kind of scared of this one.
Look how fucking dark it is.
It is.
It's dark as me, everyone.
It looks like oil.
What is the darkest black color? I forget. There's somebody has like a.
Vanta Black.
It's like it is a black hole of beer. It is the
Wait,
darkest.
there are different colors of black.
Oh,
Yeah, so somebody made a powder or a paint
Yeah,
that the way it's structured absorbs all of the light that shined on it.
Wow.
So if you put it on the floor, it looks like there's a hole in the floor.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's called Vanta Black. That's
this-
what this looks like.
This is the first beer
glad-
that smells alcoholic to me.
Holy
It's scary.
shit.
Yeah, Mike, you didn't.
It's scary.
Don't feel like you have to drink all of these.
Ooh, all right.
This has so
Wow.
many flavors.
Yeah,
What is
wow.
going on with this?
I definitely get vanilla. I definitely get molasses.
I'm
that
getting-
kind of rich, dark.
Yeah,
burnt.
like
burnt sugar.
Yeah, like a blackstrap molasses. It's almost like bitter, but not bad
Wow.
bitter, but
It's
like
sweet,
strong.
sweet on the
Wow.
front, sharp on the back.
Yeah.
You can taste it in your mouth, the
Yeah, like-
richness. You can taste the alcohol lingering.
And coffee.
I can
Oh
taste
my
like
gosh.
raisins.
Oh,
like
raisins, yeah.
definitely.
I definitely taste chocolate because
Holy
I'm
cow,
chocolate mind.
Chocolate mine.
Right, so I definitely taste the chocolate. Let's get that. Let's not get that confused.
No, this is almost as dark as you are.
Almost. They call me Black Hole.
Wait, excuse me? Wait, who called you that?
Record scratch.
Back that up.
Oh, they'll call that in jail.
Damn. Oh,
my
shit, that got dark.
goodness.
Literally.
Ooh, this is different.
This is so good.
That finish is roasty, though.
Yeah.
When you stop and you take a second to let that kind of dissipate, you get a real coffee roast on
Yes.
the back end. It's nice.
This has like a raw edge to the flavors. Like my only criticism, and I'm not even saying it is a criticism, is that the flavors are not really blended.
You get them separately.
They're chunked in there.
Yeah.
And almost like they just brewed it yesterday and it's fresh. Like when you go to a brewery,
Yeah.
sometimes
Okay.
you get that feeling like they
see
just
what you're
made
saying.
it. The flavors are there, but it hasn't had time to sit in the barrel a lot. And yet this evidently was in a couple of barrels. It was beer and then it was in it with the maple syrup.
This to me tastes like liquid raisinets.
This is nothing
Yes.
like we've had today.
Chocolate covered raisins.
Yeah.
Is what
Of
this
the
tastes
first
like.
four, the other three are the subjects of this one. This is the Emperor.
It could almost pass for a wine.
Yeah, like a port. Like a port.
Like a port.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
It
The
almost passed for
sweetness
that.
of a
That's
port.
a very good point, Mike.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right,
It's strange.
It's sort of going over into the wine category at 10.7%.
Yeah.
Like a barley wine or
Yeah, barley wine. I can definitely see that.
Yeah. Chocolate notes and
You get the booziness of a barley wine with the
this is
sweetness
crazy.
of the
See,
chocolate raisin.
This is the amazing thing about doing this. But
So fun to do this episode for a beer like this. I never would have found this beer
No.
without searching it out because of its history and what it's made from.
You know, being a musician, I would compare this to just coming out of the studio with a raw track, with a raw record. It hasn't been mixed and mastered.
Right.
It hasn't reached the engineer for him to put his final touches on it,
Okay.
to put the pans in the right directions.
Right.
I think it's just all there, and you're getting raw vocal in this one.
all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like
do.
that. Yeah.
I like it. It's what Ed was saying before. It's
Right.
like,
Right.
It seems new and raw
Yeah,
and not
I'm,
quite finished
I'm
yet.
tasting everything like in different sections. Like it's not blended.
I think it could just be layered.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So you get
Right.
layers of sweetness, layers of
I
bitter
would
coffee.
definitely buy this again and drink one
Yeah.
and then go to bed. Unfortunately,
If
we have
you-
four
if
more
you
beers to
make
go.
it to bed.
As Mike yawns.
As like, oh, Lord. Woo, this
Right.
thing hitting nice.
Well,
I think boozy raisinettes.
yeah,
is a
cocaine's not legal yet.
yeah,
so-
yeah.
yeah.
But the,
Not yet. In Oregon, it is.
No, is it?
Isn't,
Yes.
isn't everything legal in
Yes,
Oregon?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
think
is now.
everything's legal.
Yes.
Satanism is legal in Oregon too.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Sodomy, Satanism.
It's legal in your head too.
You seen a different sodomy?
You're seeing a different sodomy. That's the name of the album.
Lords of Chaos. You've seen a different sodomy. Lords of Chaos is our fictional band. Me, Ed, Gabe, and our friend John.
Okay.
And Joe. Joe was a producer
All right,
and
Joe.
keyboardist.
Yeah,
I
when
love
we
it.
allowed him to be, because
Right.
he would bring like Morrissey, and he'd get all depressed. We're just our sound is anger.
Do the Morrissey clip real quick.
If you have 5 seconds to spare, I can tell you the story of my life. 16, young and shy. I went to this.
I felt like Morrissey was here for a second. That's amazing.
WCA. They asked me, can I stay? They asked me if I could stay.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it right.
My God. He doesn't do it right, so why should you?
That's the gist.
Oh, my God.
Oh shit. Oh my God, this beer is so good. This is my favorite so far.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
It kills the other one's dead.
I mean, number one was holding on.
boldness.
Number one was holding on for three, more
at
than it
6%,
should.
yeah.
Holding on like, hey, I'm pretty good. And then like this one came and said, okay, shh.
No. This is what it should
Yeah.
be.
You're not really a beer.
This one came in like Dikembe Mutombo and dunked on his ass.
No.
Not in my house.
No. Oh my God. All right.
All right, so we got to take a break.
Yeah.
Clean out the glasses. We're halfway through.
halfway through.
And
We're working.
we found a winner so far. I mean, like, This one is a home run.
Yeah, this is definitely a front runner. I think it's going to build up.
I
well
don't know if they
the
needed a
next
stupid
level.
name. I would have been like the best Imperial Stout you ever taste. Just put it at that.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, the name of the beer is "Some People Are Immune to Good Advice."
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maple bourbon barrel aged American Imperial Stout.
Wow.
Right. They don't
Bangarang.
They don't even put oatmeal on the bottle because there's not enough room.
Right. Wasn't Stacy? Right.
It would cost too much for that much lettering on one label.
All right.
Pause button.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Snack time.
Fifth round, right?
I'll take this one because it's short. It's the Old Rasputin 22.
Deuce. With the bourbon barrel aged Russian Imperial Stout, fellas. Sitting at a nice, easy 11.3.
Easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy in it.
Yeah.
This one and the next one looks just as dark as one we just had.
Yeah, like motor oil.
Right.
The darkness.
It's 11.3, and let's take a smell of it.
This is from North Coast Brewing in California.
Little whiff.
It is a Russian Imperial Stout.
Wow.
Aged in bourbon barrels. It is a seasonal one-off, so they do these every year.
Wow.
They increase them, so this is 22. Next year's will be 23.
All right. So 2 years ago, I was in the in St. Petersburg, Russia, and I actually was in the room that Rasputin was murdered in.
Oh,
Little
wow.
trivia there.
How was it decorated?
Cool.
It was in corpse. No, it's like a little bit of a basement thing, very dark. I mean, there's lots of legends of how he, was unkillable, but they were just really bad at killing.
Right.
Yeah.
They were-
Didn't it take like
they
2
were-
or 3 times?
Yeah,
to
they were
kill the
amateurs.
dude?
Like they
He
gave him
was really-
cyanide, but not enough.
But
And
didn't he sleep with everyone? He convinced like
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh, your wife doesn't love you. She needs to sleep with me."
Yeah,
and they're
he
like,
was-
"This guy knows what he's talking
He was
about."
smart and charismatic and knew what was going on. He wasn't no fool.
This reminds
I've
me of
never
the
been.
smell of the last one.
yes, we're in that world now, Mike.
Yeah,
They're
I
all
see.
going to be in that genre.
Okay, so Beer Advocate gives it a 91.
A little bit less than the last one, right?
4 less than the
Yes.
last one. So produced in the tradition of 18th century English brewers who supplied the court of Russia's Catherine the Great, Old Rasputin seems to develop a cult following wherever it goes. It is rich, intense brew with big, complex roasty notes, baker's chocolate, leather, tobacco, and a hint of oak.
Yeah, I've been to her palace too, also in St. Petersburg.
Oh, no big deal.
It's I know, I'm name dropping. I'm name dropping Catherine the Great as if we hung out.
My pops travels.
NBD.
So
So Catherine, right? So I was with Catherine. We were in her court.
Right.
Okay.
She loved me.
yeah.
I
right.
actually at the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg.
She was totes adorbs. let's
I
just
had
say.
I got to go into the private archives and see whatever books there were. She
read,
They
that
were
she had.
specially bound for her.
Oh.
With her name on it and
Okay.
her royal seal, and there was like all these in her private library that they still exist, and we got to look at them and all. It's pretty cool. It's just one of the most amazing museums I've ever been in.
Yeah.
it's second to the Louvre.
Have you ever been to Liberty Space Museum?
I have actually.
He travels. My pops travels.
I have.
He does shit.
No, yeah.
In case y'all ain't know.
Not recently. Now we just basically sit in our house and look out the window and be like, I wish I was out there.
Coronavirus.
Stupid pandemic. I look outside and I go, you know what? I might as well just drink.
Yeah, right. Speaking of drinking, what do you guys think of this beer?
Oh,
It pulled back from the last beer, definitely.
But I don't know if that's a bad thing. Like I feel like
agree.
I would live here more than the other one. Like
for sure.
The other one's like a vacation for me. I would buy this one more regular because I can handle it.
Right.
The other one is like, holy crap! Like
more
I
aggressive.
gotta bring my lunch and just spend all day trying to drink that bottle.
What's funny is though it's lighter
Which is
alcohol,
crazy.
but it was denser. It was a denser mouthfeel.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was more in your face, I guess. It was.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit lighter,
More
a
subdued.
little bit more approachable, and a little sweeter. I think.
Yeah, no, it's very nice.
I think this one's dangerous. I think the one that we
Yeah.
had previously,
Yeah, you knew what you were doing with that one.
Yeah.
the evil twin, you taste it and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
this one's going to hit me.
Right.
Kind
If
of.
we're thirsty, this one goes down way too fast.
Too smooth.
It's very
Way
smooth.
too
And then you're ordering the second one, and halfway through the second one, you realize, oh no.
Order me a pizza and a cheesesteak and have it meet me at home because I'm done for the night.
Right. Right. And tell my girl to put on something sexy.
So I can fall asleep next to her.
That's right. So I can see something pretty before I pass out. Wow.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think of it? Same.
Back to the music analogy.
No, I mean, are
I
you-
feel like they sent this to the engineer. I feel like he mixed it a little bit more. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Compared to the last
Great
one.
call.
It
I
was
like that.
raw, but this was like, hey, let me take take that last one,
Yeah.
put it to the engineer, mix and master this bad boy, and let's send this shit to multi-platinum, baby.
Dude, I totally agree, Mike. That's
Seriously.
a perfect analogy.
Seriously.
It's a great callback to
it's a
your
Grammy.
previous comment.
It's a
on,
Grammy
man.
in a
It's a
glass.
Grammy.
It's a Grammy
Right,
in a glass.
Woo, sorry. Woo, I got hype.
He was fired up. He
My
was
mustache sweating.
He was asleep 10 minutes ago.
and then Mike heard Grammy.
Oh, this was so good that Callum and I straight killed ours.
I'm finishing this one.
I know this last beer tastes like I'm hitting a deer on the way home.
Damn.
6th round, ain't it?
So the next beer we have, and this was brought by our guest for the evening,
Oh my gosh.
Callum,
Ayo.
Yeah, Callum brought the next one.
please.
So the next one we got a lovely jubbly KBS highly acclaimed espresso American Imperial Stout.
Oh, shiznit.
So Callum, being a beer expert and a certified beer boss, why this beer?
So I've always really enjoyed the KBS kind of series. The last one that I was lucky enough to enjoy was the CBS, the Canadian Breakfast Stout, which is heavier on the maple.
Right, so KBS is Kentucky Breakfast Stout, right?
Exactly, yeah. And then the CBS was the Canadian Breakfast Stout, where
Right.
it was basically the same kind of.
We have different
style, just
bacon
with
than
more
they
maple.
do.
Right.
Their bacon
Much-
is different.
Their bacon is ham. I mean, let's all just say it.
It
I
is.
Mean,
It
their
is.
bacon. I mean, Canada do a lot of things well, but don't put bacon on the end of ham. I mean,
No, you
just
can't.
stop.
Yeah.
You
Just
can't.
stop.
Yeah.
There's
I
levels to
really
this.
think that Canada did that to piss off the entire continent of America.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we all went and got it the first time, like,
Ooh, Canadian bacon. Oh, this
Ooh,
is
I want some.
special.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't love bacon?
Right.
A new kind of
Special.
bacon?
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
And we're like, this is fucking ham.
Ham.
What is it?
when I get an English
How
muffin,
fucking dare you?
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
I like it. I do like an egg muffin sometimes, and when I get an egg muffin, as soon as I pull away from the drive-thru, I roll down the passenger window and I flip the Canadian bacon out the window. But it's like the skin is all chewy on the outside, and it's like tastes like shit. Okay, so
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Wait. What are we on?
So we're on the KBS espresso.
I'm still drinking the Rasputin.
we
Hold on.
are hitting that beer buzz where we're distracted from what beer we're drinking.
Yeah.
We are drinking the KBS Espresso American Imperial Stout.
that espresso is so prevalent on the nose.
Wow, you can smell it. It's like
Yeah.
serious coffee on the nose.
It smells like a Starbucks.
That is crazy good.
Are you smelling that, Mike?
Coffee.
You try it yet? I have to tell
I'm
you,
scared to try
it's-
it.
I'm
it's
loving the smell.
Really
Loving it.
unique. I don't know that it's better than the old Rasputin. No, it's
I would
very
say
good.
the old Rasputin is a smoother
Yeah.
than what this is.
Yeah.
But this definitely has that kind of bitter coffee kick.
Right.
For 12%. This is not boozy.
Oh God, no.
12%.
There is
No.
not boozy
No.
quality
No.
to
It's
it.
very smooth and
The 10
non-alcoholic.
The 10.7% one is still the highest.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
for me to
Yeah.
drink.
This is another one that's going to sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Beer Advocate score on this is 97.
Oh!
What? Say what? Ooh la la.
KBS gets its coffee fix in the very first variant to come to our beloved bourbon barrel aged stout. Yes, KBS may already be brewed with coffee, but it gets some extra oomph when it's aged on espresso beans after being removed from the barrels. The result is a fresh and snappy coffee twist on our classic barrel aged beer. Who says you can't start your day with a bourbon aged stout?
I know I smelled the taste of espresso. I said the espresso.
It's not Mexican coffee.
Oh,
It's not Juan Valdez.
sorry.
All I know is like
Although he was Colombian. I'm sorry.
Dang.
last night I had a little tiny glass of Lebanese coffee at 8:30.
Lebanese coffee.
Yeah, Lebanese
That's
coffee,
interesting.
very
Yeah.
small.
It's a small country.
Their
And,
coffees are as small.
The
as
coffees
their
are very
country,
small.
Yeah, the cups are small, the cups are small, and the person I was with, I'm like, is it that strong? I'm like, oh no, I should. Like it's like 8:30. Like, oh, I'll drink this and I'll go right to bed. Oh, good. 3:00 in the morning. I'm watching like Peaky Blinders season 5.
Dang, pops.
And he was on season 3 when he started.
That's right.
Honestly, I don't see myself going out my way and getting this necessarily. Again, this is like for that, like you said, a specific, I want to taste coffee type of feel.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is really good. Though.
And when the hell do you ever feel like that, I guess? But I guess
well,
some people do.
do. Oh my God, yeah.
People
Coffee.
do, yeah.
They have espresso martinis. They have espresso
The
ice
espresso
cream.
tequila.
Sí.
Sí, tomeni.
Sí, también.
Excuse me. All
Yes.
complaint letters from
From the
Spanish-speaking
Mexicans,
countries,
Spanish people
especially
all over the
Mexicans.
world.
whiskeytangent@gmail.com.
No.
Attention, Scott, and attention, Michael.
Well, Michael has a Spanish baby, so Michael is disqualified.
This is like a white person. It's okay because I have a black friend. I can say
Yes,
that.
yes. My fiance
I have
and
a
daughter are
Spanish baby.
Spanish, so I can say hitomeni.
Well, okay,
I
but
know.
she's Dominican, not Mexican.
But her stepfather is Mexican.
Oh,
Wow, we're really stretching this out. She ate a Taco Bell, okay? So it's okay.
I can do this.
holy shit!
Meanwhile, if we go to Taco Bell, Scott, like, oh, thanks for stealing our culture.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
so I think I agree with everybody that this is sort of a one-off thing that you order if you're specifically looking for
100% agree.
Similar to the one that we had with the some people.
Yeah.
I mean, where it's like you're not going to have it every day.
So just because you don't want to drink this all the time, I don't know if that disqualifies it. Like, I don't think that puts it lower than, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about singular expressions here. And I'm not saying you should vote for whatever,
I hear
but
you.
in my opinion, I'm just approaching these from a singular standpoint.
I wouldn't want to drink this every day, but I would like this in the world.
I don't know why I'm so emphatic
Yes,
about that, but
right.
I think it's because I'm drunk.
Yeah.
That could be
Yeah.
it.
Seventh round.
So right now, fellas, we got a little Call Me Old Fashioned Brewers Reserve Barrel Aged Imperial Red Ale.
Nice.
12% ABV, brah.
Right. This is from Central Waters Brewing in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Oh, don't you know?
Finished in brandy, bourbon, and orange Curacao barrels. Seasonal expression. It got an 88 on Beer Advocate.
I frown at 88.
Here's
Bingo, they say 88 is two fat ladies. Wobble, wobble.
Leave my relatives out of this. But listen,
shit. All right. So the description says, real quick, an imperial red ale brewed with cherries and a touch of bitters to taste like an old-fashioned cocktail. Then aged in brandy barrels, bourbon barrels, and finally orange Curacao barrels.
Wow. Okay.
It smells like an old-fashioned.
Smells
It
like
smells-
cherries. It's got a very cherry nose. to
Oh,
it,
very
I thought,
cherry.
yeah.
What's that cherry called, Pops?
Luxardo.
Luxardo cherry.
Yeah, Amarene.
I can see it.
A maraschino cherry is a generic one.
Yeah, not the maraschino, the sexy one.
Yeah, that's that Shirley Temple crap.
Right. The bright neon red.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It gives me a hint of old fashioned. The drink.
Wow.
This is a very delicious beer.
That tastes
Wow.
like an old fashioned beer.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the flavors are there. It's
No,
the
they're there.
fruit and the sweet
Yeah.
and the sugar and the cherry.
A little bit of
100%.
citrus.
I taste the
Yeah,
citrus. I taste the
definitely.
peel.
Some
the
bitter,
orange peel.
some bitterness to it.
Yeah, man.
3 of these, and you're like seeing your dead relatives. That's why I feel.
Jeez.
So I think this might also be created to probably drink it like an old fashioned too, where you're not pounding
Right.
a whole bottle of it. You know, you're sipping 4 ounces at a time, possibly,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a sipper, not a slammer.
I feel my pinky up when I drink this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like very pinky uppy.
These do come in 12-ounce bottles. I don't know. So maybe the expectation is for you to sort of have 3 cocktails out of the one bottle.
Oh.
That is crazy.
My problem
It is crazy.
That is wild.
Hold on, my pops has a problem.
unlike a Grosh, it doesn't have a resealable top. So I'm saying they're like, man up and get all in on this.
Or share it
That's
with your
true.
friends as if we,
Or
as if-
share
as-
it with your friends.
Yeah, as we're doing now. So I poured us again, just 6-ounce pours.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, Hunkle.
well,
is
actually
tasty.
a little less for Mike and Callum because they're driving.
See,
Well, no. Well,
fine.
Mike is
I'm
sleeping
riding.
and Callum's driving. Ed has a superpower, so I didn't have to worry about Ed.
right. I don't want to sleep too heavy though. That's why he's not giving me so much.
I have no choice every night but to sleep heavy. It is the only choice I have.
Wow, this is really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm drinking all of this.
Oh my god.
That's incredible how close. I mean, at first when I saw the description,
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, call me old fashioned. Yeah, this is going to taste like an old. This tastes like an old
Right,
fashioned. This
right.
is absurd.
Yeah,
you almost don't believe it,
No,
and then you
I
taste
don't.
it.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
So good. Oh my God.
So
It's going to be
good.
so hard to rate these.
This is becoming real difficult.
Yeah, it's
now.
real difficult.
Yeah.
It was good up to this point. I was fine. Now this is throwing it like a
Yeah.
All right, so the Beer Advocate score of 88 compared to the KBS, which is 97.
I think
Like,
that's the ridiculous rating.
yeah. I can't believe the discrepancy.
No,
Yeah.
they tripping. They tripping.
'Cause
Over
I
there
think-
where they at, they tripping.
Mike's got a song in him.
Yo, they are tripping. They are tripping. Because that old fashioned is so delightful. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Old fashioned is so delightful. Yeah. Yo, my uncle got it, yo. Yeah, no. That's too low of a rating, honestly.
I
That's
totally-
too low.
Yeah,
I
no,
totally agree.
I agree.
They've hit the mark so perfectly on what they
Perfect.
wanted to do.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
that this deserves more.
The
than-
description says it all.
Right.
It's what I'm actually tasting.
yeah,
Right.
100% agree.
Even if you didn't know that this was supposed to be an old fashioned, I think
Right.
it's still a good beer.
Yep.
right.
Yeah,
Standalone as a beer, it's top 3 of what we had.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
this is difficult.
It's very
You know what's funny is I found this quite easy to rate these at the start, and now this is
And now-
really
you're
difficult.
right.
Now I'm just like, what am I going to do with
Well,
this?
it kind
you
of
know?
was a little in there, a little in there, and we're just doing whole numbers from 1 to 10. So,
Right.
Oh, are we?
Yeah,
I have mine in fractional.
you can't.
We have 8 of them. Like that's hard.
I
So what, 8, 9, 8, 8, 8, 8.
Sorry.
Oh, so we're rating
Okay,
these
well,
from
okay.
1 to 10.
Yeah. Well, okay. So because they are pretty close, I will allow 0.5s.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fair. And you need that with 8, or else
No, no,
you have
no.
like 4 8s and 4 9s.
You're absolutely right.
I gotta start over.
Come back tomorrow and finish recording. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone want a nap? Let's go to nap. We're going to take a nap.
I'm in.
we don't have a big enough bed for all of us.
We're going to sleep on the couch on top of each other.
Right,
That's what I'm
are
saying.
we going to sleep like the opposite? Like
on layers?
Top and tail?
Or in your
Well, no, face to foot because
Wait,
COVID.
Do you have a queen?
Yes,
Is there a
same.
queen bed?
I have a queen bed. Yeah,
Right, so we can go sideways across it, like head to toe across it.
like a cross
Yeah, cross hash, like a herringbone.
herringbone pattern.
Where would you fit a flagpole in the bed?
Oh,
Well, I don't know. You're
on
just
your back.
you have to lay on your back.
Now it's a canopy. That's a 4-post bed.
Yeah, now it's a tent.
Wow.
I have 9-foot ceilings, so you're not that big.
Wow.
Don't flatter yourself.
Damn.
You guys are great.
Meanwhile, I'm in the corner going, it's cold in here.
Hey, throw, mate.
So right now,
Right.
if you would Adam and Eve it,
Oh.
aka little Cockney rhyming slang for you there,
Oh, right.
means believe it. This is Jack's Abbey Icemaker, lager wine, bourbon barrel aged, Icebock.
Damn. So this is from Jack's Abbey Brewery in Massachusetts. It is 13%. It got a 90 rating on Beer Advocate.
My.
And this is very interesting, the description. So, ice, spelled
Right.
E-I-S, is the German word for ice. A former distillation process in making ice beer would be to freeze it, remove the ice, and collect what remained. Today's ice beers are no longer produced this way, but the name is used to imply that the beer is very strong. You'll find this Eisbock to be sweet, malty, and boozy, with notes of raisins, dark fruit, and similar in profile to a barley wine.
Yeah, I could definitely.
Interesting. Let's see.
So the Icebock, I assume, traditionally they
Whoa.
would freeze it and take it off, and that takes out more water, leaving
Yeah.
more alcohol
Yeah,
content.
yeah.
Okay.
I do that with my iced tea.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I take
It
the
leaves
top
more
chunks.
sugar?
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
the sugar.
That's
Sugar.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely got that barley wine essence.
Yeah.
It smells like a barley wine to me
100%.
on the nose. Like this smells like what we were talking off air about the Santa Claus. It's like 14 or 15% alcohol. They put one out every year. Like it has a nutty, malty, sweet.
Yeah, you definitely get
Just
the
like
maltiness from this.
Right.
So have you tasted it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the nose, I think, lends itself to thinking that it's going to be sweeter than it drinks. When you actually drink it, you get more of the malty notes, and it's sweet.
Yeah.
It's not syrupy. I would
Right.
I respect this, but I don't like it.
Mm.
It's not my cup of tea.
It reminds
Interesting.
me
It reminds me of Golden Monkey, which everyone loves and I don't.
Oh.
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, no. So I agree with you about the Golden Monkey. I really don't like Golden Monkey,
Yeah.
but I do like this because it does actually remind me of the Santa Claus, and I do like it. It's not as powerful as Santa Claus, but it has that nutty, malty, sweet combination to it.
It tastes like I'm getting a headache. It tastes like it's going to give me a headache.
tastes like a hangover.
Yeah, seriously. I'm woke enough to know that it's a good beer.
Yeah,
I
so-
can tell that they did a great job with it. It's just not.
Not your style.
It's not in any way my style, and
I
I'm
could
not.
agree
It's
with
the
that.
first beer that I'm not finishing tonight. I want.
Wow, that's so interesting. So Callum, I think
actually nasty to
I
me.
agree with you. This doesn't taste like it's 13%. The 12% tastes much stronger than this
Yes.
one.
I agree.
It finishes like a liquor to me. It finishes like almost scotchy kind of.
Dude, I am so surprised that you don't like this, Ed.
I don't like it either,
I-
honestly.
Wow.
I don't.
The interesting thing, this is 13%, but it's much lighter. This harkens back to maybe the 8% or the 11% that we had
The
earlier.
color-wise,
The
yeah.
color-wise
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as dark. In fact, the Call Me Old Fashioned is also not as dark as the Old Rasputin, the KBS, and the Some People Are Immune to Good Advice. Those were all
So they're ales and not stouts. That's
right. Absolutely true. Yeah, let's go to a final tally of the ratings.
All right, let me retally. Oh, you already tallied up. See, you're a fucking genius. That's why.
Hold on.
No, he's going to ask you for your numbers.
I'll ask you for your numbers.
It's 404-948. Oh, not that number.
Not your digits.
Oh,
Just your social. That's all we need.
All right. So we have 8 beers. You will rate them from 1 to 10. You can do whole numbers or half numbers. So you can do 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. And we're going to go beer by beer, person by person. So the Dragon's Milk, the first one, bourbon barrel aged American Stout. Ed,
Yeah, give it an 8.
I'm also going to give it an 8. Mike,
I'm gonna do 8.5.
8.5. All right. Callum,
I had an 8.
Yeah,
8. All right.
pretty consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was a good. It was a good.
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, very good
tasty,
beer. Okay, the Innis and Gunn original Scotch barrel aged golden ale. Ed,
6.5.
I'm going to give that a 7. Mike,
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Ooh.
interesting. Callum,
I gave it a 7.
7. Okay. The Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged Strong Ale. Ed,
7.5.
I'm going to also give that one a 7. Mike,
5.
5. Callum,
7.5.
the Some People Are Immune to Good Advice Maple Bourbon Barrel Aged American Imperial Stout. Ed,
That was very good. I give that an 8.5.
8.5. I'm giving that a 9.
Wait, that's chocolatey raisiny, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that a 3.
3.
It's not my cup of tea whatsoever.
You bitch. Random Belligerents. Mike's a bitch edition.
Wait, like you can give it a 3, but part of it's looking at the complexity of the concoction.
All right. So, all right.
like,
On the
even if
raw,
you don't like it-
on a raw mixtape, that was a raw mixtape.
Raw mixtape, right.
Because I got so many robust flavors.
Yeah.
So many different styles.
Sure.
At one time. As soon as I put it on my tongue, I got slapped 16 different times.
Uh.
I will give it a higher rating.
Okay.
Because when it comes to flavor, that shit was fucking flavorful.
Okay.
I'll give it like an 8.
Oh, that's an increase.
It was robust.
Callum,
The Evil Twin, I gave that an 8.5.
8.5. Ooh, a front runner. All right. So the Old Rasputin 22 Bourbon Barrel Aged Russian Imperial Stout. Ed,
I gave that a 10.
10.
That's my
That
favorite.
shit was good.
I'm going to give that a 9. Mike,
I said 8.
8. Callum,
I gave that a 9.5.
9.5.
You guys are so superb.
Okay.
That was tasty. That was a good
It
beer.
was.
It was
Yeah, that was
very, very good. Okay, so the KBS highly acclaimed Espresso Stout. Ed,
9.
9. I'm also giving it a 9. Mike,
6.
6.
That was so assertive. 6. I gave that one a 9.
The Call Me Old Fashioned Brewers Reserved Imperial Red Ale, finished in brandy, bourbon, and orange Curacao barrels. Ed,
This one threw a wrench in the whole thing. I gave it a 9.5.
9.5. Yeah, this was the one that made us do halves.
Yes.
Man, this was so good. I'm also giving it a 9.
9.
9 for Mike. Callum,
I gave that a 9.5.
9.5. Ooh, another front runner. Okay, so the last one we did, the Jack's Abbey Icemaker Lager Wine Bourbon Barrel Aged Icebock. Ed,
I'm a perfect example here to Mike.
0.
No, to Mike. No.
-10.
Yeah.
It was amazingly complex. The flavor was unique. No, it didn't taste like anything else we had. I gave it an 8. I did not care for it.
Wow.
But it was a well-made beer.
Yeah, I'm giving it
I appreciate
8.5. Mike,
Like father, like son, Hunkle.
8.
8 it is.
Okay, Callum,
I gave it an 8.5.
8.5. All right, so the scores are. Let me.
This should be interesting.
Let me sort. Let me sort.
Butt naked holes on the beach. Oh, that wasn't the drum roll. Sorry, guys.
All right, ready? And the winner and champion
I know it.
of episode
Come on.
34 of
Come
the
on,
Whiskey
Uncle.
Tangent Podcast.
Come on, Uncle.
Whiskey Barrel Aged Beers is the Call Me Old Fashioned Brewers Reserved Imperial Red Ale with a score of 9.25.
Good gracious.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Could have sworn Old Rasputin.
So
was
here
gonna
are
win
the
that.
scores: 9.5, 9, 9, and 9.5.
That's the only one I put a 9 for, so I know.
And the Old Rasputin was...
So the Old Rasputin was 9.125.
Oh my
What,
god!
what were the 4 scores for
Ju-
that?
Just missed it. 10, 9, 8, and 9.5.
Who gave it an 8?
Mike.
I'm curling up. My pop ready to throw a bottle at me. I didn't,
No, it's all good, man. No
That's
problem.
fine. Third place.
Have fun getting Uber home. But anyway,
So the third place is Some People Are Immune to Good Advice, Maple Bourbon Barrel.
oh yeah,
Aged.
that makes
yeah.
sense.
They're really good, very good.
Tasty.
The scores were 8.5, 9, 8, 8.5, with a average of 8.5.
Pretty consistent.
good score.
Pretty consistent.
gosh.
Yeah. There was a tie for fourth place.
Okay.
The KBS highly acclaimed Espresso Stout and Jack's Abbey Icemaker.
Wow.
Both came in at 8.25. And fifth place was the Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged American Stout. Came in at 8.125. The Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged Strong Ale came next at 6.75. A pretty big drop off there.
right
Wow.
there, yeah.
And
And the last place was Innis and Gunn, the original Scotch Barrel Aged Golden Ale at 6.125.
Outta here.
I think the one thing we can take away from this is there wasn't really a bad beer in the building.
No,
There really
100%.
wasn't.
Like we got 6 of the 8 were over 8 rated by all of us,
right.
which means if
Yeah.
someone served it to you in anywhere you were in the world,
We'd have drank it.
I'd be like, okay. Oh, even me with the ice one, like, oh, I'll have this one because I know it's going to fuck me up.
Well, and the other two are fine.
Right. I mean, I could drink the Kentucky one
Oh, yeah.
on any random Wednesday. I'd be quite happy.
Considering how high octane most of these
Yeah.
beers were, I found none of them boozy. Like sickly, but
Yeah.
like, oh,
Right.
good grief, that is intensely
Yeah, they
boozy.
really weren't.
Right.
They
No.
really weren't
They
too
were all
overpowering.
very well balanced. They're all
Right.
very well made, and it was a very wide variety.
Yeah,
of
we had a lot of
different
different
barrel-aged
styles.
It was a
different-
delicious. I think as a group, they were better quality than last episode.
I agree. We picked some really good beers. this
And
week.
once again, we had nothing except, oh, there's one. We're literally walking around like Scott and I were walking around going, well, here's another one. And then, well, why would we choose this one over this one? And there was ones we left on the shelf. It was like,
Yeah, we left some on the
buyer's
shelf,
regret.
yeah.
We're like, what about them?
I mean, there's so many expressions now because everyone's doing this now.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
they should. They absolutely should be doing this because the amazing flavors that you get that we tasted tonight,
For sure.
just mixing different styles of beer in different styles of barrels.
Definitely. I think the barrels really lend qualities that you wouldn't.
They
You
really
wouldn't get, and
do.
it pulls out the additional
Yeah.
flavors that you want to amplify it. So I thought all of these were great.
I think what was interesting is Callum and I were like almost in perfect sync all night, almost to the exact number on what we picked.
great mindset.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys just get a room? But I think that I personally,
We're in
I
a
don't.
room.
We are.
We are in a
Well,
room.
let me leave.
Let me get out of this
Yeah,
room
let me
real
just
quick.
ain't the room I want to be in. But I don't know if, but like, I don't know if I'd personally order any of these outside in the world.
Really?
Perhaps
None of them?
No, perhaps 2. I love that old fashioned. That shit, I get a
Oh,
kick out of
yeah.
it. I get
That's
a kick
good.
out of it. I
That is
really
really
do.
good.
Like
Yeah.
What about the first one, Mike? I feel like you like that one.
Oh, the white stout.
I like the dragon.
Yeah, the Dragon's Milk.
He didn't like the name, but the stout itself is good.
I like Dragon's Milk name actually. It's kind of boss. It's like, oh shit, because when you think dragon, you think teats, like milk teats.
Because there's
But-
actually
teeth.
Wow.
It reminds me of titties. So I'll drink it all day every day.
Well, and so I think with that, Ed, take us out.
So what started out so long ago in the evening as an expedition into beer drinking, we tasted 8 really interesting and fantastically crafted beer. And I thank Mike and Callum for coming here.
Thanks,
guys.
And
No
experience this with us.
Thank
And
you.
It's a phenomenon that we have seen in wine and beer, finishing them and aging them in bourbon barrels. And if you're looking for something different, definitely, if you see that on the box where it says bourbon barrel aged, grab it.
Yeah, don't be afraid of that.
As we showed you, there's a lot more hits than misses. So for the Whiskey Tangent Podcast, I'm Ed.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Chuck.
And I'm Callum.
Cheers to you all.
Later.
Good night.
If you enjoyed this podcast episode, be sure to check out our next episode, which is way better than this one.
Oh, yeah.
Also, follow and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Whiskey Tangent. And follow us on Twitter at Whiskey Tangent. You can follow me personally at That Whiskey Guy. And follow Scott at Giant Cup of Awesome, spelled AWSUM, just to be annoying.
Hey.
You can email us any questions, comments, or love at whiskeytangent@gmail.com. And of course, you can find us always at our podcast website, whiskeytangent.podbean.com.